help the others in the correct way, you know. So this is also what this practice is about, yeah. So there's many, many levels. So you might think, okay, my eyes are okay, or I've just been to the optician, I don't need, you know. But we do need, okay. So anyway, so this practice, Lama Genshin was very famous for making this practice, yeah? When he came out of Tibet in 1962 as a refugee, yeah? He went to Sikkim, which is in North India, okay? And the Queen of Sikkim, she was going blind, yeah? So Lama Genshin, with this practice, he was able to help the Queen of Sikkim restore her eyesight, yeah? And through that, Lama Genshin became very, very famous throughout India, Nepal, and Sikkim, yeah, as a healer, yeah, okay. And so actually somehow that was like one of the first steps to build Albagnano Healing Meditation Center, yeah, the fact that he healed the eyes of the Queen of Sikkim, yeah. Okay, then he became very famous, you know, and then one day he met this Italian lady on Goa Beach called Giussi Gardenghi, who had incurable cancer, yeah, and he cured her, yeah. And then she invited him here, and then the story goes on, you know. So somehow the open-eye Chenrezig is a very important tendril, you know, interdependence for us to be sat here today, okay? Yeah. So Camila, where's Camila? Oh, hi. Can you please put the next page, yeah? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So wait. Stop. Okay. Okay. Okay, so it says Lama Migje Chenrezig ki Gomde Nyamlen Shukso. So it says in Tibetan, here is the Nyamlen, the meditation practice of Gomde, meditation and recitation of Guru. Migje is open eye Chenrezig, okay? So it says the same thing, except it doesn't say Guru in the Italian, yeah? And then it says Nalso Ranshin Chutab, which means Nalso self-healing method, okay? Yeah? Okay, so we go on like this, yeah? We look and we comment and we do the practice bit by bit, okay? Okay, method to open the wisdom eyes and heal the afflictions of vision, yeah? Okay, so me personally, you know, I was Lama Genshin assistant for many, many years, okay? So he's like always do this practice, very famous. But until Rinpoche passed into paranirvana, like exactly 5 years ago, I'd never done this practice as a retreat, yeah? I was always busy, doing many things, you know? So after Rinpoche passed away, I thought, well, you know, you should do it, you know? Everything he showed, we need to do, yeah? So I did a retreat, and actually I was very amazed at the results, you know, okay, honestly. I mean, there's many levels of this practice, and okay, I only reached first level, but anyway, it was kind of amazing, yeah. So, now I'm almost 60, okay, since the age of 50, I've been using glasses, okay. And I'm astigmatic, yeah, and one eye is not the same as the other, okay, yeah, so I need glasses to adjust this, yeah. So anyway, so I do this practice, exactly what we're going to do the next few days, okay, do the retreat, the meditation, yeah. Then at a certain point, one of my eyes really start hurting, you know, yeah. And then I look in the mirror and it was all bright red, yeah. There was like, all my eye was full of blood, yeah, like, you know, like, I don't know, you know, okay, it'll come bright red, yeah, okay. But then it go away, I think, okay, you know, finish the retreat. And then afterwards I go to the optician, need to make a check, and I say blah, 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 and I'm astigmatic, and they say, what? No, you're not, yeah? So I'm no longer astigmatic, yeah, as a result of doing this practice, yeah? I mean, okay, yes, I still need to wear glasses, and many times I look in the back of the Gompa and I think one person's the other person, so now I was thinking also, maybe it's good for me to do this practice again, actually. Yeah, but honestly, I was really surprised, you know, like how quickly it worked, you know. So for me, I had that experience, yeah. So now I have cheaper glasses. Before I had more expensive ones, you know, now I have cheap ones. So I thought that was already an improvement, you know. Lama Genshin always said we need to cut down and economize. So already now I got the economy glasses as opposed to the expensive ones. So who knows, if we do many times, maybe we economize completely and, you know, like, who knows, yeah? Okay. Anyway, so that's my experience. So, you know, it's interesting, no? We have to try, no? Okay. Okay, so please, sorry, who are you? What's your name? Okay, Michaela. Michaela, please, can you on to the next page, yeah? Okay. Okay, there's a mirror, a symbol of seeing reality clearly. Okay, dedication. Wait. Lama Ganchino said we have to read and comment and do the practice together like this, okay? Okay, if you're interested, this book is available in our shop in Italian and English, okay? Okay, dedication of Lama Ganchen. Through the practice of Nelso-tantric self-healing of Chenrezig, the incarnation of compassion of all the Buddhas, may my mind become the nature of great compassion. May all the beings, what are they going to do? May all beings have all their mundane and supramundane. May all their wishes be fulfilled in the mundane and the supramundane way. Yeah? In this life and in future lives, may all living beings be free of suffering, and may they not enter the lower realms. In particular, through the practice of Chenrezig that opens the eyes, may all the beings be healed of physical problems, especially of the eyes. Yeah, and may the great inner eye of compassionate wisdom offer comfort and relaxation to all the suffering beings. Yeah, this is a dedication, actually quite profound, actually. You know? Okay. So, Chenrezig. Okay, everybody in the world who's ever come across Tibetan Buddhism for even 2 minutes, they know Om Mani Padme Hum, right? Yeah. Okay. We have the T-shirt, we have the mug, yeah. We have the screensaver, yeah. We have the YouTube. Everybody knows Om Mani Padme Hum. It's bellow, you know. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. So just because everybody knows this mantra, we shouldn't think, oh, yeah, I know that. It's like something lesser. It's a super powerful healing mantra, okay? Yeah? I mean, there's like one Tibetan story, yeah? Okay? So there was one guy, he went to see one yogi in a cave, okay? Yeah? And he'd climb up this mountain and visit the yogi and, you know, he'd give him like a tea, sampa, some offerings. And then he said, please give me your most important top secret teaching here. And the yogi said, okay, but it's secret, yeah? So then he got like this bamboo tube, yeah? Okay, and he put in the ear of the other one, you know, so only he could hear. And then the yogi said, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Then the guy at the other end was like, what? I already know this. This is not secret. And the yogi said, yeah, because you don't understand. You don't, you know. One is maybe you heard, but you don't have any experience of this practice, you know. Yeah? So the Om Mani Padme, actually there's many books, whole books just about this one mantra, yeah? Okay? Because there's 6 letters of the mantra, 6 parts, yeah? Om Mani Padme, Padma Hum, okay? Om Mani Padma Hum, yeah? 6 parts, yeah? So, Michelle at the moment's talking about introduction to Lam Rim, right, isn't it, yeah? In the morning, yeah? Yeah? Okay. So, as we know in the Lam Rim, yeah? We are in samsara, yeah, endless becoming, yeah, and we pass through 6 psychological states that are called the 6 realms of samsara, yeah, okay, heaven, jealous God, human, animal, ghost, and hell, yeah, okay, which Lama Ganchen always said. In previous ages, these used to be in the external world, but now, because we made such a casino, we can experience them all even in one day, yeah? We brought them into the human realm, no need to die or anything like that. This has become part of our own experience, yeah? Okay? Heaven and hell, boredom and addiction, compulsion, you know, it's all there in our daily lives, yeah? Okay? Yeah? So, the mantra of Chenrezig, Om Mani Padme Hum, is to heal all these negative emotional states, you know, because it's true, you know. So, you know, like if you actually want to look at yourself in one day, you know, okay, we're busy, but if we put little space in our life and think, okay, I'm going to observe my mind today, yeah, it's true, you know, we do pass through those 6 states, you know. Like first we get up and then, oh, I need coffee, I need food. That's like an animal, no? Just need food, yeah, yeah. Then, okay, now I need to go to work. That's the human realm, boring, have to go to the work, pay the mortgage, this kind of stuff, yeah, okay. Also, in the human realm, we don't get what we want. When we get it, we lose it, Then we get old, and then we get sick. Then we die, we have to go. We work all our life and have the career. Then we have to without choice, we get put into pension. Then we don't know what to do with our life, Then we go into crisis. This is the human experience, right? Okay, and for most people, yeah. Maybe we work in Milan. No, I was just in Milano last week. Yeah, it was the design week. So maybe, like in Milano, there's like the top designer and the supermodels. They're like the God realm, right? Yeah, and the VIP, and you see them all turning up in their limousine and stuff. Yeah, and then you see all the other like designers and models, and they're like the Asura, the jealous gods. Even though they're so beautiful, right? But they're just totally jealous of the extra beautiful ones. Okay. So you can see even, I saw last week in Milano, in the design week, yeah. So anyway, so the good states of samsara, the happy realms, is this human. Okay, I'm working all my life, and then I'm getting old, and then I don't achieve what I want. Then when I get what I want, I lose it, and so on and so on. Okay, if not, maybe I really make the success, but then somebody's jealous of me, and then maybe I become a VIP or a superstar, and then anyway, I go out of fashion, This is the happy realm of samsara, okay, yeah, okay. If not, there's what's called nyendro, which going bad, yeah, like Breaking Bad. It means, things go down, things get worse, so this is like the animal state. So I heard Lama Michel saying recently many times that his teacher in Tibet said, if all we want to do is go to, eat, sleep, have a family, have sex and so on, what's the difference between us and a cow, Yeah, okay. So many people, the life is like that, like an animal state, sorry to say, yeah. Other people, maybe us, we're in the state of this. There's something called yidak, preta. What it means is to be addicted, okay? So this we have to be very honest with ourselves. Maybe we're addicted to cappuccino, or shopping, or online gambling, or goodness knows what, smoking, drinking. There's a whole range of these days, things to be addicted to, yeah? Okay, the internet, the news, yeah? So if we have this kind of addiction to something, which is super common, because we're using it to self-medicate, yeah? Yeah? Because we don't feel well inside, so we're self-medicating with looking at the internet, eating brioche, whatever we're doing, compulsively, yeah? Then we're in this addicted state, the preta state. And then the really bad place to be is if you're in great pain, yeah, okay? Which unfortunately we can see in the news, many people in this world are experiencing incredible pain and suffering, yeah, okay? So, the Om Mani Padme Hum of Om Mani Padme Hum is to heal all this, yeah, okay? For ourselves and for the others, okay? You might think, okay, me, I'm okay, then fine, do it for everybody else, yeah? Lama Ganchen Rinpoche, here, he has a house now, here in Albagnano, yeah, okay, so every day we have lunch. Yeah? Every day, eating, no, and you have the TV on, and you have 90 channels of news channels, yeah? Italian, French, Chinese, Iranian, Russian, you have kind of every news channel in the world, okay? And then he would just switch, like this, and at a certain point I said to Rinpoche, can't we have a film or something else, please? This is a bit too much now. He said, no, I'm praying, yeah? Yeah. So as we know very well, so many, now we're in really bad time, on the world stage, so much confusion, so much suffering. So we need a way to respond to that in a positive way, yeah? So if we do choose to engage with the news, okay, if we need to look, many times a day or one time a day at the TV or the internet or your phone, then please, we do it together with Om Mani Padme Hum, Because just to watch and not do anything is terrible, okay? What's the point, actually, unless at least you need to say one prayer, send some positive energy, all this flood, famine, fire, war, disaster, it's terrible, no? Yeah, okay, so all those poor suffering beings, please send the energy of compassion to them, okay? Yeah, Om Mani Padme Hum, okay? Yeah? Which is a very, like I say, is a very, very profound practice with many, many levels, you know? So, Chenrezig, yeah? In this particular, there's many, many forms of Chenrezig, yeah, okay? But in this particular form of Chenrezig, they talk about the development of wisdom in terms of the development of like opening our eyes, okay? Yeah? So we can see here in the Gompa, many of the Buddhas, they've got either like a dot here or like a third eye, you know, okay? This is something that when people come in contact with Buddhism, they always comment on this, you know, okay? So obviously, we're not trying to actually physically have like three eyes, but it's this idea that we start to see things correctly, you know? So why do all our Buddhas, most of them, why do they have a third eye? It's because we need to see what's called the middle way. Lord Buddha Shakyamuni, who was a real person, he shared the Dharma, the way for people to get out of suffering, right? And his path he called the middle way, yeah? Beyond any extreme, not too much that way, not too much this way. Always need middle, yeah, okay? Which is, anyways, a really good advice, you know, yeah? I don't know. Like, if you're going shopping, don't buy the most expensive, don't buy the cheapest, buy the middle one, yeah? If you go in a restaurant, don't eat, like, so much you feel sick, don't eat nothing, eat middle. Like, generally speaking, the middle way is always the good advice, you know? Okay, yeah, okay? Not just in the very high philosophical things, yeah? But middle is best, okay, yeah? So anyway, so our our path out of samsara is called the middle way, yeah, okay, between the extremes of permanence, annihilation, and so on, yeah, okay. Need to see things properly, yeah. So this open-eye Chenrezig, it's not just okay. Now I save money at the opticians, okay. Although it does have that positive side effect, which is pretty cool, actually. Why not? Yeah, we need, yeah. I'm super happy. It's helping me, yeah, okay. But now I was thinking, I want to do this again. I've got many other kind of eyes I need to open, not just these two, you know. So I thought we could do together, okay, and then we'll see what happens, okay. Yeah, okay. So beautiful, yeah, okay. Okay. Introduction. Compassion without limits, yeah. So Chenrezig or Avalokiteshvara in Sanskrit means the Lord who has compassion for all sentient beings, yeah? When we say essere senzienti in Italian, actually in Tibetan it's semchen, yeah, okay? So it means any being that has a mind, yeah, okay, yeah? I don't know how it came to be essere senzienti, exactly, sentient being, but since modern Tibetan Buddhism in the 60s, semchen's been translated like that, you know? So any being that's conscious, yeah, okay? Yeah? Okay, so then that comes many discussions about that. What's conscious is not. Is a vongoli conscious? Is it or not? Is a flower conscious or not? But anyway, yeah, all the beings that we know are conscious. Yeah, okay, yeah. So not just human beings. Yeah. So in Buddhism, you know, our sense of compassion should actually extend. Well, first, you know, it needs to. Lama Gansha said we need to change our small selfish heart into the big open heart of compassion, yeah? Normally we have love and compassion for our mother, you know, our friends, our pet, yeah? Our small circle, our lover, you know, mainly, not always, but generally, yeah, okay. But gradually we need to open our circle of caring, right? And have at least kindness, empathy, a warm human feeling towards, you know, the people we meet around us, yeah? And then more and more and more. As we go on the spiritual path, you know, we need to have more kindness, more compassion, and so on, yeah? Okay? But in Buddhism, that doesn't just include other people, yeah? Okay? Which, I mean, already that's an incredible thing to think about, isn't it? All the people in the world, from all the different countries and backgrounds and religions and politics. Anyway, I should have empathy and equanimity and a warm human feeling to everybody, regardless of any of their characteristics, is already like a great thing to think about, to try and develop, no? Okay? But also actually includes like birds, bees, lizards, you know, the animal realm as well, okay? Yeah, okay? So, it's very... I think one of the defining things that Tibetan Buddhism is famous for is compassion, isn't it? Okay, that everybody knows. Oh, you know, Tibetan Buddhism love and compassion, compassion and wisdom, yeah? Okay, but it's true. This is like half the path is that, okay? But like I say, it's not what idiot compassion, it's wise compassion. Chenrezig is wise compassion. He knows how to help. He sees there's suffering. He knows that actually, we don't understand cause and condition. We have covered, our mind's covered by unknowing, so then, of course, every ordinary way to help you should do, but on top, the kindest thing is to show the path of wisdom, that's the real compassion, right, yeah, okay? So anyway, so it says, we use this practice to understand and develop unconditional love, yeah? Obviously, when we talk about unconditional love, it's not that one, yeah? Okay? I mean, it's like the agape, warm human feeling, okay, yeah? I mean, in Latin, there's different versions, isn't there, yeah, okay? The friendly love, in the Tibetan text, they say we should have the love like a mother for the child, because a mother will basically do anything to protect their own child, yeah, out of compassion, yeah. Okay, so, and it's a love that doesn't require anything back. That's the difference, because in romantic love, it's an exchange, right, yeah. And I love you as long as you make me happy, and if not, you are cancelled from my Facebook, whatever, and every other aspect of my life, and take your socks with you, yeah, and your toothbrush, yeah, okay, yeah. So not that kind of love, okay, yeah. It's an unconditional one, yeah, okay, which is not so easy to develop, actually, yeah. So that's why they always give the example of the mother for the child, because that's for us, maybe some of us, we had the fortune to see, like, really realized people, like, I don't know, like, well, I saw many holy lamas, okay, who really had this quality, of course. First, I would say my own guru, Lama Ganshin, but also from other traditions, I saw people, like Mother Teresa, people, they have different opinions about Mother Teresa, but we went to see her in India in the 90s, yeah? And I found very incredible, very moving what she was doing in the Kalighat, yeah? The way that they completely gave up themselves, their own lives, to care for the beggars, street beggars in Calcutta, who were dying, so in all, fortunately, there are people in the world who truly have this few, okay, who are living examples, So anyway, whoever is an inspirational example for you, please use, this is possible for us to develop, Okay, so we need to develop unconditional love, yeah, universal compassion and bodhicitta, yeah, okay. So, okay, bodhicitta, okay, that's a Sanskrit word. Chitta means mind, and bodhi means awakening. So we need this awakened mind, yeah, which slowly, gradually we can develop, yeah. So it's like, so gradually, I mean, normally, in everyday life, the center of our mandala, for most people, we're educated, I need to work, take care of myself, my family, I need to be successful, I need to have fun, we've got certain values, we've got certain ethical values and so on that we put in our personal mandala, right, okay? And we all do have some kindness, some wisdom, some quality, for sure, yeah? But in the Mahayana, yeah, gradually, what will start to occupy the center of our personal mandala is other people, okay, yeah? Now, I mean, most people, we are educated to believe that the center of our lives is ourself, right? Yeah, ourself and our family, yeah, our own family success and so on. But gradually, if we practice Mahayana Buddhism, the other becomes more important, yeah? Okay, first maybe it's like little bit, okay, slightly more, and then 50-50, and then gradually the main thing is the other, which if we think of the welfare of the others, then actually we're included in that, yeah. And so of course, then our own welfare is already fulfilled, actually. But for most people, that's an incredible thought that takes some time to digest, yeah. Okay, so it's not me versus the others, yeah. Because if we think in a collective way, like if all of us here are well, me too, because I'm one of you, yeah. So it's actually more intelligent. May everybody be happy, may everybody have a nice environment, because, I mean, automatically we are included in everybody, right, yeah? You know, and if we all think like that, then we will be able to save the planet, you know, deal with climate change, meet net zero, and so on. If we think about we, and if we only think about, you know, me, my car, my, you know, blah, 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 why should I, then very difficult, yeah, okay. So this is actually the future, actually, thinking more collectively, yeah, okay. Okay, Chenrezig in this practice has one face and four hands, yeah? So when we first come to in the Tibetan Buddhist center, actually most people in here, in our temple, most of the Buddhas, the enlightened people in here only have one face and two hands, actually, yeah? But as you know, in the pantheon, the kaleidoscope of Tibetan Buddhism, we have all possibilities, yeah? Many heads and many arms, yeah? And also, you know, many colors, yeah? So many people are like, why, you know? Why do I have to visualize I've got like 4 arms or 10 heads or something, you know? And many different expressions, you know? What's all this about, yeah? So Lama always used to say that these images, okay? These are like, it's like a hall of mirrors, okay, you know? Like if you go in a fairground, you see all the mirrors, yeah? But we're looking at our inner self, okay? So why there's Buddhas with many different expressions is because we're showing many different expressions, yeah, okay? And why there's many different arms is because we're showing many gestures, okay? Like, you know, like, okay, many different actions, yeah, okay? So he said, all this is just, he said, you know, Lord Buddha was very intelligent, yeah? So why, Buddhism is like psychology. So we start with what we've got, our human nature, and then we start to improve what we've got. We don't just like reject everything of the human nature, okay? So yes, we show many faces, many gestures, and so on. You always used to say, Italy is so beautiful, such nice people, such nice language, but you always show many gestures. And then you used to demonstrate all the Italian mudras, you know, so you also have mudra, okay? Yeah, so he said, you know, all this we need to put on the right way and the positive way, yeah, okay? But it's all symbolic, yeah, okay? So, and it's kind of like, you know, like in the Middle Ages, yeah? Here in Italy and Europe, yeah? When you went in a church, in a cathedral, many people, they couldn't read right, yeah? So everybody understood the symbolic language of the images, yeah, okay? That saint is holding that, this means this, and so on. So it's the same in Vajrayana Buddhism. So you need to know the symbolism, yeah? So, for example, Chenrezig has 4 arms. Why? Because there's the 4 noble truths, yeah? This is the basis of Buddhism, yeah? Okay, he's the Lord of compassion, yeah? Not because we need to grow 4 arms or something like that, yeah? No, it's symbolic, yeah? Okay, everybody who practices open-eye Chenrezig stays with 2 arms and 1 head, you know, okay? And 2 eyes, yeah? But it's symbolic that why there's a 3rd eye, because we need to open our wisdom eye, yeah? And why we have 4 hands is because, as you know, Lord Buddha Shakyamuni, he taught, after he achieved enlightenment, yeah? He went to Sarnath, and there he taught the 4 noble truths, okay? Truth 1, there is suffering, yeah? Okay, this is the human experience, yeah? Okay, unfortunately, but it is, yeah? And we can keep denying it for as long as we like, but one day, if we actually accept it, you know, then we can start to do something about it, yeah? You know, Buddha, when we practice the Dharma, we're doing this because we want to be happy, we want to be peaceful, but in order to do that, first we have to actually acknowledge our situation, yeah, okay? Yeah? It's like, you know, I don't know, like say somebody's like an alcoholic, right, yeah? Until you actually say, I am an alcoholic, you won't change, right, yeah, okay? While you're in denial. So we have to first not be in denial about our situation, yeah? So all of us are, nothing will ever satisfy us, okay? Sorry to say, and we tried so many times, so many different ways, yeah? Nothing is ever enough. Anyway, whatever we do, however, you know, however good we are, however intelligent, however wealthy, anyway, we will age and we'll get sick and we will die, and everything we get we will lose. And this all seems a bit depressing, actually, doesn't it? But, so this is the human condition, yeah? Okay, yeah? You know? Even if I get what I want, which sometimes I do, then it either breaks or I lose it or it leaves me or something, yeah? Okay? Many times I don't get what I want, you know? So I have to accept, yeah? This is the human condition, yeah? And while we don't accept, like most people do not accept this, okay? Yeah? Then difficult, no? Because we're just like in denial, yeah? So already to accept, okay, there's something I need to look at, you know? Some part of myself I need to change, yeah? It's already like a big step towards self-healing, yeah, okay? Okay. Then the second noble truth that the Buddha taught, yeah, is, okay, there's a core, okay, this all religious traditions in the world, this is the issue, isn't it? Why do we get old? Why do we get sick? Why do we die? Why is there suffering? Is there anything afterwards? These are the basic issues of religion, right? Okay? So, if not, probably there wouldn't be any religion if we didn't get old, sick, die. We would probably not need religious traditions, but we do, so there you are. So anyway, so the second noble, when we say noble truth, we mean it's called the Arya truth. So it means an Arya is somebody who's understood reality clearly, okay? Yeah? Arya does not mean people from Iceland or something like that, or who dress in a certain way or have shaved heads. No, it means people who have understood reality clearly. So in Buddhism, there's only actually two kinds of people who see reality correctly and people who don't, yeah? Okay? Yeah? So this is the truth that people who understand reality can see, clearly. They've opened their eyes there, yeah? Okay? So the second truth is that who is responsible for my suffering? Me! Yeah, not you, me, not my boss, not God, not the weather, not the president of Italy, no, me. I am, okay, of course, there's many external conditions, we're not saying that there isn't, there's many problems, there's many difficulties, but in my subjective experience of the world, yeah, I am basically responsible for my own happiness or suffering, yeah, okay? And because I cannot see things clearly, I want to be happy. Sure, we all want to be happy, but we do things that we do like opposite, yeah, okay? I want to be happy, but because I don't understand the cause of happiness, I create the cause of suffering, yeah? Which is pretty sad, actually, isn't it, yeah? My whole life I'm trying to be happy, I do everything I can, but all I'm doing is creating more and more problem and dissatisfaction and suffering, yeah? Me and you, we, this is what we do, no? Yeah? Yeah, so at first this is like, okay, I'm leaving. This is not, I don't like all this. There's suffering and I'm responsible. But actually, this is the path to recovery, okay? Because if we acknowledge that I am responsible for my own experience, I'm not responsible for the world, yeah? Okay, I have some part to play, but I'm not responsible for the whole world. But if I'm responsible, I can do something about it, yeah? If I'm not responsible, which is what some religious traditions believe, yeah, they believe in predestination, yeah, then just nothing to do, just need to accept and try and enjoy what you have, no, okay? But this is absolutely not the Buddhist view, yeah? Things are impermanent, yeah, okay? Everything's interdependent. So if I understood clearly how to be happy and applied it, yeah, I could become happy, yeah, okay? If I understood the causes of how to be peaceful, I could do it, right? Thing is, I don't, I'm very confused, yeah, okay? So actually, these first two noble truths, yeah, are actually the good news, even though they don't sound like it at first, yeah, okay? Because if we actually internalize them, then we start to apply the healing method and start to gradually get better, okay? And well, it's like, like I say, if you're alcoholic and then you just spend all your time making yourself sick, and then finally, after 100 times of having, 1,000 times maybe, not 100, maybe that's not enough, after 1,000 times of being sick, maybe you start to think, maybe I need help, no? Okay? So Lord Buddha gave us the help, which is called the Dharma, yeah? Okay? Yeah? So he said, if I could remove your suffering, like washing you with water, if I could give you a suffering-removing shower, I would do so, but I can't, yeah? If I could get a pair of tweezers and pull your suffering out of you, like if you go to the doctor and they pull a thorn out of your hands, I would do so. He said, but I can't, yeah? But what I can do is give you the method to heal yourself, called the Dharma, yeah? So this is what I'm going to do, yeah? So we gave the Dharma free to everybody, please welcome to use, yeah? But we have to realize that we need it, no? Okay? Anyway, so first two arms of Open-Eye Chenrezig is the truth of there is suffering, and the second arm is I myself am responsible for my own experience. Yeah, okay, yeah. So Lama Gangchen Rinpoche, yeah, he used to say, here it's called Nalso Buddhism. Yeah, okay. Nalso means relax in Tibetan, but it's very much more than just, going to the beach. If not, we would all be enlightened, okay? In Tibetan, it's like relax in English, two parts of the word, nal and so, okay? So the first part of the word relax in Tibetan, nel, is this first two arms of Opanai Chenrezig, yeah? Okay, actually, nel is like a short version of dug nyel, which means pain and suffering, okay, which nobody wants, yeah. So, but we need to acknowledge that that's part of our experience, that we don't want it anymore, and we need to understand that we are involved in the creation of our own suffering, okay? And once we understand that, we can start to reduce it, and get rid of it, Okay, so then comes 3 and 4, the good bit, Don't like that. Okay, but anyway, we have to acknowledge that's there. Okay, where's my path out, to happiness, to freedom, to peace, I want that bit, okay? So arm 3 of Opanai Chenrezig is it's possible to achieve nirvana or enlightenment, So nirvana, or nibbana, as sometimes they say, is a Sanskrit word which means to blow out suffering, So, for example, if let's say I have a candle, I go like, and blow it out. It means like all pain and suffering is extinguished, However, it doesn't mean I am extinguished, It means pain and suffering is gone. And if pain and suffering is gone, what's left is actually the nice part of life, okay? Not like I cancel myself into oblivion. Nirvana does not mean that, okay? Just means all the pain is gone, okay? So we have nirvana, we have great nirvana, we have enlightenment, okay? Different levels of this, So for us, maybe it's a bit difficult to believe that it's true, okay? Because maybe we never met anybody who's had that experience, One time we were with Lama and we were in Burma, okay? And we went to meet an arhat, and an arhat is somebody who's achieved nirvana, okay? So we went to meet an arhat, a real one, not just one not one from a Chinese shop or something, or on a wall, real arhat, okay? Receive his teaching and so on, So there are still, arhat means, in Tibetan it means drachompa, The one that's completely overcome their mental problems and is completely free of that, okay? Here in the Gompa, there's Buddha Shakyamuni, there's Maud Galyana and Shariputra. Actually, you have loads of disciples, not 2, but okay, they represent the male part of his sangha. There was nuns and monks and laymen and laywomen, but anyway, they're kind of the 2 sort of representative ones. So these are called arhats, okay? Because they completely overcome their own pain and suffering, okay? But anyway, long story, but they're not anyway enlightened, But anyway, they're a lot more happy than we are, okay? They're inspirational role models for us, okay? Anyway, so it's possible, I mean, fortunately in this world there are people who've reached nirvana, Unfortunately these days, nirvana and samsara are very much abused terms, Stuck on, I don't know, skateboards, perfume brands, everything else but the real thing, So we need all these words, if we use, we need to understand what they actually mean, Samsara, we do not want. It's not a perfume, it's not a nightclub, It's not a restaurant. If it is, we don't want to go to it, Because samsara is not good, okay? It means again and again, casino, problem, suffering. I don't want to go to a place like that, okay, and nirvana is what we do want, Nirvana and janchub, awakening, We want to go beyond suffering, We want to be happy, we want to be peaceful, So, okay, this side we don't want. Lama Ganchen used to say, like, our mind is like a sort of perpetual motion generator of problems, We're generating samsara. Day and night, even when we're asleep, with every, thought and impulse, because there's, unknowing and then desire, hatred, and all our emotions are like generating our personal samsara, So he said what we need to do is first slow it down and then make it go the other way around, Because our mind just goes by habit, So that's why when we do our practice, for a long time it looks like not much is happening, Because first it's going like a samsara generator, then slowly you need to get less, Like with the fan, in the house. I don't know about here in Italy. In Spain, we have a lot of this fan, First it's going like, zzz, Then it needs to slow down, and then if you want it other way, it needs to take some time, no? So then we need to start slowly turning the other way, generating the way out, yeah? Okay? Yeah? Yeah? So the wheel of mistaken appearance needs to slow down, then stop, and we need to generate the clear appearance, the right appearance, yeah? Like see properly, you know? Yeah? So this is what the 4 arms of Open-Eye Chenrezig is showing us. Yeah? It's possible, yeah? And then number 4, arm number 4, is there's a completely easy and accessible way that anybody can do for free, if you want to, yeah? To achieve peace and happiness, called the Dharma, okay? Yeah? So you can see, okay, first I need to accept my life is not okay, yeah? I need to stop being in denial, because all my life I've been in denial. Oh, I just need another boyfriend, girlfriend, car, house, dog, whatever, coat. Everything will be okay, but it never is. Another holiday, yeah, okay. Never going to be okay, yeah. Just getting older, getting more problems. I'm going to die. This is not a good situation, yeah. Actually, I'm responsible. It's not anybody else's fault, yeah. For my experience, yeah. Yeah, of course, the world's a mess, but I can do something. I can choose whether I want to be happy or not, yeah? I can empower myself to be happy, yeah? Many hundreds and millions of people, that's this arm here, have already achieved that, and so can I. And many of them, they left clear, legible instructions in many different languages, including Italian and English, how to do it, yeah? Yeah? So this is what Open-Eye Chenrezig 4 arms mean. It's symbolic, okay? So not like, oh, this is weird. It's like, no, this is like something, it's to remind us, you know? In ancient times, yeah, like in ancient Greece, Egypt, India, they don't have stuff like this, right? Obviously, yeah? So they need to remember everything, yeah? They have like ways to remember, yeah? Actually very clever ways, yeah? So they build up like these mental images. You know, like nowadays there's these like people who have like super memories, who do competitions, who can add like 223 million times 575 million and get the result, yeah? Okay? And you think, how's this possible, yeah? Okay? So these people, they have, actually using an ancient technique, you know, of memory, yeah? So when we do all these kind of, like we visualize here is the palace of Chenrezig, and there's 4 doors and 4 colors, and they have like 4 arms, and it's all to help us remember something, you know, to help us remember. It's like a memory palace, yeah? It's showing the spiritual path, yeah? Okay? There's many forms of Buddhism, not all of them use images, by the way. Also within our tradition, we have some meditations without images, but these meditations with images, you have to understand what it means, yeah? So then it's like the whole teaching is there symbolically, yeah? Okay, I've got 4 arms, and we need to always remember, yeah? I need to stop denying I am experiencing suffering. I need to accept that I am responsible and I can do something about it. Millions of people have already achieved happiness and peace, and I only need to follow the Dharma, and I will start to get better. That's what we think when we visualize we have 4 arms. Even if you can't, some people say they can't visualize, yeah? Okay, then you look at a picture and you remember what it means, yeah? Okay? No problem, yeah? Okay? Anyway, Lama Ganchen always said anyway, regardless whether you're good at visualizing or not. Main thing is the feeling, yeah? Okay? So what is the feeling of Chenrezig? Kindness, yeah? Okay? Empathy, niceness, yeah? Okay? You know? So you should say when you go into a room, you have to smile, have to look nicely, like Chenrezig. Chenrezig means gentle eyes, always need gentle eyes, and they're already getting more enlightened. See, it's not so difficult, yeah? Yeah? Okay? Bit by bit we increase our percentage of enlightenment, okay? Okay, so it's Chenrezig in this practice has 1 face and 4 arms. In his 2 upper hands he has a vase of nectar. Have I got a vase here? No? Okay. A vase, yeah, okay. A vase of healing nectar and a mirror. And in the other hand, he shows the mudra. The other 2 hands he shows. Maybe can you please put the picture, Mihaela, yeah? At the beginning, yeah? Okay? Okay, like you can see here, yeah? Okay? Actually, we have a lot of these vases. Could somebody please pass me a vase? We have a lot of them around the Gompa, normally, yeah? Yeah? Is there one there, Guilherme? Yeah? Okay? Does it have a mirror? Okay, see here, okay? So, Okay, so when we're open-eye Chenrezig, you see, well, this hand's holding like this kind of vase, like this kind of Indian, Tibetan vase, yeah? You know, actually, it's not Lama Ganshin when we went to Borobudur. It's like, look, actually, this is truly from the Indian tradition. They just continue, you know. So there's this like silver metallic vase with the auspicious symbol. This is peacock feathers, yeah, okay, which symbolizes bodhisattvas need to have a nice banquet, all-you-can-eat banquet of delusion, yeah, okay. Yeah, so a peacock in India. I should check this. I thought this is not true, but actually peacocks, amongst other things, do eat like insects and scorpions and stuff like that. So this is how this story comes about, yeah? So in the Indian tradition, these eyes, yeah, they say that the more scorpions that a peacock eats, the more it becomes brighter, yeah, okay? So this is a symbol of a bodhisattva, yeah? So most people, they don't even want to deal with their own problems, yeah? But a bodhisattva, somebody on the way to enlightenment, when they see somebody with problems, it's like, oh, good, you know? Yes. So like our teacher, my teacher Lama Ganshin, he was like that, yeah? Problems, yes, all you can eat banquet, bring them all to me. It was really like that, yeah? And so all the time people were coming, telling the problem. It was really, really, truly about showing the bodhisattva path, okay? So this is, you know, we do like this is a cleaning, but it actually means we need the bodhisattva universal compassion to clean away the delusions, you know, okay? Not just by waving some feathers, yeah, okay? If not, it'd be easy, no, okay? Yeah? In the Indian tradition, no? From Buddhism is obviously Shakyamuni, was it from India, right? Okay, okay. Now it's Nepal, yeah. Okay. In the Indian tradition, they have like many different ideas, many traditions, yeah. But they have very strong this idea that, you know, like if you bathe in the Ganges and so on, there's some idea that, you know, this is blessing from Lord Shiva and, you know, Gangama, and you can wash away your sins, basically. Like now they just had the what's it called? Kumbh Mela, no? Okay. So 100 million people, yeah, went to the confluence of some holy rivers in India. It's a special astrological moment and jumped in the river to purify their negativities, yeah, okay. So Buddha said, sorry, that's not true, but anyway, sorry about that, yeah, okay. Anyway, we respect all other people's religious idea, yeah, okay. But in our Buddhist text, it says repeated, like I just told you, you know, Lord Buddha said, if I could wash away your negativity, I would do so, which was referring to the Indian tradition of like, you know, bathing in any sacred river or pool or whatever is not going to be enough. We need to clean our own mind, okay, yeah. But anyway, still, you know, many things come still from Buddhism was developed in an Indian background, okay? So we have many times you see we're using like healing nectars, pouring and so on, yeah, vase empowerment and so on, yeah, okay? With many levels of symbolism. Like when we do Otoguarijoni, no? Actually the initiations of Amoghasiddhi, Ranasambhava, Amoghasiddhi, Amitabha, Vairocana are called vase empowerments, actually, you know, all together with, actually you should be drinking some water, blessed, and so on, yeah, okay? But actually, you know, open-eye Chenrezig has also like this medical aspect, you know, okay? So it's also this, you know, it's also like, you know, when you have an eye problem, you need to wash your eyes, you need some medicine, yeah? Like me, I have inherited blepharitis, yeah, from my mother, yeah, okay, which is like an inflammation of the eyelids, yeah, okay? So many times I need to put some liquid on my eyes to clean my eyes, so also it's showing like this kind of medicinal healing, okay? Yeah, okay? Yeah, so one thing is holding is this, the other is holding a mirror, okay, which is a very important symbol for many different reasons, yeah, okay. So in our Buddhism, no, the mirror symbolizes to be able to see reality clearly without any distortion, yeah, okay. So I don't know about this one. Where's my other one? Oh, here. Okay, here's new improved one. Okay, this is ancient version of brass, no? Okay. Okay. Ancient times they only have like bronze and brass, yeah? Okay, so how you ever fixed your hair, who knows, yeah? because you can't, I mean, maybe they, but anyway, you know. Also, very few people have mirrors, but in modern times, yeah, we developed the new shiny version, yeah, okay. So Lama Ganchen used to say, okay, inside here is the quality of space, because look, you can see all, look, you see all the mandalas, everybody's there, amazing, yeah. In this tiny mirror, there is everybody, you know. So it says it's showing like the space quality, yeah, okay, yeah. So it's actually a very deep symbol, this. Our mind needs to be clear. It needs to be not a dirty mirror, obviously, a clean mirror, yeah, okay, that reflects reality without distortion, yeah, okay, yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, so also, you know, so the other symbol of open-eye Chenrezig is this, yeah. Maybe that would have to look if you're, I don't know, yeah? Can't see much in this one, but anyway, yeah. Anyway. Also, you know, like the, you know, the statues of Buddha, right? Okay, yeah, okay. So they say they actually came about in the lifetime of the historical Buddha, yeah? And at one time he was looking in a very clean pool of water, yeah, okay? And so then he could see, his reflection was there, and from the reflection they draw the first image of the Buddha, yeah, okay? So there's always been this idea of, you know, the reflective surface, yeah, okay? Showing enlightenment, showing the nature of your own mind and all this. And it's a very, very, you know, like we have Vairocana, the mirror-like wisdom, okay? Yeah, okay. So that, anyway, two symbols of open-eye Chenrezig is the mirror and the vase, yeah, okay? Okay, and the other two lower hands are making this mudra. It's called the eye-opening mudra. So this ring finger, yeah, you have to touch the second joint, yeah, and like make a circle like this, and then you have to clean, yeah, and do like some kind of healing gesture when we do the practice together, yeah, okay? Not like that, it's like that second joint, you know, okay? You touch that one, okay? This is the eye healing mudra, okay? You can see on the picture that Ducho, Lama Ganchen, our friend Ducho, who lives here, he makes so many beautiful like images together with Lama Ganchen, like this one, yeah, okay? Yeah. Okay, so can we go back to the introduction? Yeah. Okay, so there are many forms of Chenrezig. Like, okay, do we have here somewhere? Sure, we have Chenrezig with 1,000 arms, yeah, and 1,000 eyes, yeah. Like for sure, we have somewhere in our Gompa, yeah. So you've seen this for sure, like 1,000 arms, each one has an eye, yeah? So you might think this is even more weird than the last one, yeah? So it's the idea to give a hand to many people is basically, yeah? Okay, everybody's different, everybody needs a different way to do, no? You know? We're not all the same, people don't all need the same approach, no? And Lama Ganchen always used to say to all of us and so, okay? Please, all of us, we need to be a hand of enlightenment. Yeah, let's each one of us, they have different capacity. Yeah, okay. Some people are good at cooking. Some people, I don't know, they're a psychiatrist. Somebody's a lawyer. Everybody has a different job, right? Yeah. Each thing is useful, you know. If we put our forces together to change society in a good way. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so he always used to ask us that we become a hand of enlightenment. So when Chenrezig has 1,000 hands, each hand has an eye. So each word we understand, you know, how are you, and so on. Yeah, okay, and respond appropriately. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, so in different ways we can see and give compassion and help to the others and help them to overcome their suffering. Yeah, okay. We're not like some superhero kind of coming in to save humanity. In Buddhism, the idea is that we give wisdom, we empower you, you know, okay? Like, so in Tibetan Buddhism, I suppose in Tibetan Buddhism, in Vajrayana Buddhism, now we have Western Buddhism, no? When there's like a guru, a lama, yeah? Lama Ganchen used to say like that, may the child be better than the father, and may the grandson or daughter be better than the father, because that's what we actually want, no? Yeah, each generation becomes better, yeah. So it's to make you the best you know. So sincerely speaking, gurus and lamas don't really want anything from you, except that you are better, you become happy, yeah. Or occasionally, let's work for peace, let's do something positive together. But beyond that, it's not that they actually want anything, yeah. It's an altruistic relationship from the side of the teacher, okay, yeah. So helping us, empowering us to have the tools to get out of our own suffering, to achieve our own happiness. And then when we have those tools, we can help our friend, our family, anybody who's open to it, because not everybody's open, to do the same, no? Yeah? Okay, so the benefits we can attain when we develop universal compassion through the practice of Chenrezig are much bigger than we can imagine, yeah? So Lama Ganchen used to say like this, our problem is we do all these positive things, but we can't see the result, yeah? Yeah? So we think nothing's happening, but he says if we could actually see all the positive energy that we make by, doing this practice, by doing self-healing, it would be like a huge mountain, bigger than Monte Bianco or something like that, yeah? Okay? Yeah? So we're making incredible positive energy, but we don't see, no? Okay, then we think, yeah? But it's there, okay? However, we start to feel better, okay? We might not be able to see it, but gradually, we feel a lot happier, we feel a lot better. Some signs is there anyway, yeah? Okay? Yeah? So the effective manifestation of Chenrezig is considered the essence of compassion. Anyway, Chenrezig is the essence of compassion, yeah? In the past, many people received many benefits to have faith in the image of Chenrezig. So, as you all know, yeah, Tibetan people, like their big thing, let's say, is Chenrezig, yeah, and Tara, basically, okay, and then some other Buddhas. But basically, all Tibetan people, they know Om Mani Padme Hum, and they know the 21 Taras, yeah. These are like the two, not exactly patrons, but you know what I mean, yeah, okay? The two most important practices that Tibetan people, since they're children, they learn, okay? Yeah? Okay, and there's many stories. Like, for example, I'll tell you a true story. Yeah, many times we went to. Actually, Nuna, you can tell this story. We went to China many times. Okay, with Lama Ganchen on the way to Tibet. Also, there's 1 billion people, many of whom are Buddhist in China. There's also many Buddhists there. Okay, and there's one temple called, what's it called? Faiyun Se in Beijing. Okay, in this temple, one of Lama Tsongkhapa was invited to Beijing by one of the Chinese emperors, okay? Maybe not the sixth, anyway, one of the Chinese emperors, yeah? So he said, thank you very much, but I'm too busy building my monasteries and all that, and he sent one of his very important disciples instead, okay? Who actually built what's called the Lama temple in Beijing, yeah, okay? So this Lama, he'd take with him a present from Lama Tsongkhapa, which is a sandalwood statue of Chenrezig, 1,000 arms, yeah? And every time we used to go there with Lama Ganchen and do Otogore Jhana, it's in like a glass box, yeah? And like these like nectars would start to appear, and it would start dripping these white nectars, and rainbows would come out of it, yeah? And we hadn't eaten magic mushrooms or LSD or anything like that. No, it's true, but we could all see it, yeah? And it really makes an impression, honestly, truly, it's like, wow, it's something so amazing. And we see not one time, it's not 2 times, we see many. I mean, Nuna used to live in Beijing. She said, how many times did you see? 10 times? I don't know. Actually, every time. Come and speak here, please. Yeah. Yeah, or here, wherever. I don't know. As long as it's in a microphone, it's fine. Yeah.
Which language? Italian, right?
No, speak in English because Alexandra's translating.
Okay, so there is this very important temple in Beijing, which is actually very strangely in the Muslim area. It's called Faiyun Se, and there is this Chenrezig, and each and every time we were going there, it's a kind of 1 meter, 1.20 meters high, something like that. And each and every time we were starting with the prayers, and particularly with self-healing, like Lama Caroline said, a kind of milk was starting dripping, everywhere from the 1,000 arms and a lot of rainbows. Actually, if I'm not going wrong, I think there is a picture in self-healing too, so everybody can see that, and we witness, all of us, we witness 100 people each and every time. So it's called Fayunse, and now it's very difficult to see it actually, but it's closed. It's Mahayana now. So
this is not fake or anything like this.
No.
It's true. Yeah. You might think, oh, maybe they're very clever, the Chinese. Maybe they had some irrigation system, or so. It's not. There's nothing there. It's just the sandalwood statue closed in a box. Yeah. Like, I only ever went with Lama, and every time we see this, it's true. But the Buddhas are real, okay? Still, even in these difficult times, these things are truly happening, We see with our own eyes. That's why we're so into Buddhism, because it's true, okay? Yeah? Yeah? Anyway, so like that and 1,000 other stories, okay? Many, many true stories about Chenrezig, the power of Chenrezig, even in this very confused, difficult time, how it's truly here, truly helping people, yeah? Tomorrow I will remember some more incredible true stories, yeah? But that's one that always comes to mind, because it was like, here in Italy you have some crying Madonna, right, don't you, yeah? Or, sometimes, yeah? And then they're always checking if it's true or not. So this is truly miracle, okay, what we see from Chenrezig, yeah? Okay? So also in Buddhism we say the tear of compassion of Chenrezig, from there come out Tara, yeah? They say on the 2 tears, actually this Chenrezig in Beijing was not 2 tears, it was like water, it's like waterfall, that runs down it's not coming exactly from the eyes, it's coming from the hands, yeah, okay? Like dropping, like many, many drops of like white liquid, yeah, okay, like tears, yeah, okay? So they say that 1 tear of Chenrezig is coming green Tara, the other tear is coming white Tara, yeah, okay? So that's in the Buddhist explanation how Tara manifests, yeah? Yeah? Anyway, so it's true, okay, yeah? Amazing but true, yeah, okay? And what does it say? Okay, so to take refuge in the incarnation of divine compassion, we said on the temple, like before was very effective, yeah? Even so, nowadays, even today, when the people don't have the same type of mind or faith or deep faith, yeah, doesn't mean that we don't need this energy in our life, yeah. Everybody has a desperate need for compassion, which is an extremely precious human quality. True, no? Love, compassion, okay. The compassion of Buddha continually manifests in many, many different ways, in many different levels. Universal compassion can manifest in our human world, or in the animal world, or even in the vegetable world, yeah, okay? For example, if a country is struck by drought, which unfortunately is very common at the moment, yeah, the Buddha's compassion can manifest in the form of rain, yeah, okay? Or even as an unexpected kiss, it says, yeah? Yeah, maybe somebody's being kind to you, yeah? If somebody feels alone, yeah, okay, yeah? Yeah? So the universal compassion of Buddha can manifest like a simple kiss for a person who suffers, and anyway, the compassion is taking away their suffering, yeah? Compassion means to not... So in the Mahayana teachings, for us this is really, really hard. Also for me, I must say, it's a bit difficult to get my head around this, yeah? But when we experience reality, we need to develop Nejung, we need to develop a wish to get out of samsara, okay? We need to generate love, compassion, bodhicitta, and we need to mix our mind with reality. After we have the first direct experience of reality, we enter what's called the first bhumi of the bodhisattva path, yeah? At that point, yeah, your mind stream is no longer like one, yeah? Now we can't imagine anything else but me and me in the future, right, yeah? Okay, hopefully, continuing and stuff like that. But to think of my mind being more expansive than that is impossible for us to imagine, because we have like a limited view of reality, yeah? But on the bodhisattva path, they say that the bodhisattvas, the Buddhas, can manifest multiple forms of enlightenment, okay, yeah? So, as it says, yeah? I mean, actually, there's, in many religious traditions, they have this idea, don't they, that some divine help is coming in, to you, like, in a form that maybe you don't recognize. Maybe it's coming like your neighbor, even your. Somebody asked me this the other day if their pet could be a bodhisattva. And first I was thinking, but actually, yes, it does. Maybe Fluffy, yeah, maybe who is your unique company who gives you joy in your life. Could be, if that's what you need. I mean, not for everybody, yeah. So so people who are very alone, maybe some person who's kind to them, So yes, can manifest in many, many different ways, yeah, okay? Yeah? In the Lama yesterday, they bring this sutras that we're printing out, from this 84,000 project, yeah? Which is a super amazing project where they're translating the Kangyo, Kangyo means Gyo means translated, Ka means the Buddhist word, so it's the translation of the 100 volumes of Buddhist teachings from Sanskrit to Tibet. So we have 100 volumes, and now they're translating into English, okay? And Lama Michel was showing, like we were saying, we got the fancy printer and the rice paper, and as they produce them, we're printing them and putting them upstairs in English, by the way. So, sorry about that, but anyway, we don't have then we're going to need another Italian library, or you have to learn English, yeah? But anyway, but already to have in English, it's something, yeah? Okay. So it does say those kind of thing in the Buddhist sutras, okay? Yeah, okay, yeah. Anyway, so where are we? Okay, universal compassion. Hang on, what does it say? It says universal. The enlightened. No, it says compassion does not mean to cause damage or suffering. Yeah. To the other person. It means to protect the others in situations which are dangerous or give them discomfort, yeah? Okay? The energy of enlightenment, of compassion, is dedicated to the welfare of the others and reduces their suffering and their inner and outer sickness, yeah? So, me personally, I've never really followed the Christian tradition, yeah. I gave up when I was a child, yeah, okay. But I think the Buddhist conception of compassion is not the same as in the Christian tradition, but I think you know much better than me, because, yes, like I say, you had much more background of that than me, so I can't really comment, yeah. But like I say, when we see somebody suffering, yeah, okay, we know that they've got Buddha nature. Maybe their life is terrible, they're sick, they're suffering, they're big casino, yeah? But still, they have Buddha nature, yeah? So I think the way we see people is a little different, yeah? But like I said, I can't confirm because I don't know. I only know the Buddhist point of view, But I know in Buddhism that's the case, So, okay, somebody's having a bad time. But anyway, we don't look down at them, okay? Anyway, okay, that person's life is a mess, they're doing bad things, they're hurting themselves, they're causing problem, but still they have Buddha nature, okay? Yeah? Still there's hope for them, yeah? Like in some religious traditions, they believe that there's no hope for certain people, yeah? But in Buddhism, we believe there's hope for everybody, okay? Which is good, no? Yeah? No, so everybody doesn't, okay, maybe they did terrible things, but still the Buddha nature is there. But of course, if you do many harmful things, then your Buddha nature is much more obscured, and it will take a lot more time to recover, to shine, yeah, okay? But still, the light is not out. Every being, yeah, also animals, by the way, they have Buddha nature, yeah, okay? Anyway, so, universal compassion should not be seen as something outside of us, yeah? Like a ball of light, yeah? Actually, that's because this Buddha in Beijing, it manifests like a ball of light, like a rainbow, yeah? Like we see around the Buddhas, like halos, okay? So we all saw with our own eyes, at least the people who went there to this temple in Beijing, this halo, rainbow halo, coming out of the statue of Chenrezig, yeah? Okay? So, very impressionante, by the way, but anyway, compassion is not only this ball of light, yeah, okay? It's something inside of us, yeah, okay? Yeah? It's something inside of every one of us, yeah, okay? So Lama used to say, everybody has compassion for somebody, even if it's just for themselves, yeah? But you have to start somewhere. Or for your parrot or your dog or something, yeah? But anyway, something you have, so it means we can improve, you know? There's nobody in the world who doesn't have compassion for something, somebody in the, yeah? So if we don't have any seed, no way to develop, yeah? Okay? Maybe we don't recognize in this moment because our mind is too full of like negative emotions, like too much anger, jealousy, fear, attachment, and so our mind's too full to recognize actually that we have these qualities, yeah? Yeah? That's why we need to, you know, have a clean, clear mind like this mirror, yeah? Another example they use is like, like for example, the other day I was in the park in Milano, okay, looking at the ducks, yeah, and the turtles, okay, and like so if there's a pond, yeah, and it's all muddy, then it's all like that, no. But if you wait and it settles down, then the water becomes clear again, yeah. So it's the same with our mind, you know. Our mind, sometimes we get very agitated, no, with our emotions, yeah, negative emotions, and our mind looks like very cloudy, yeah. So we need a little bit weight, yeah, and do the right thing, and then the mind becomes clear. The nature of the mind is actually clear like a mirror. Just hang on. Hang on. Clear like a mirror, yeah, not with a big thumbprint on the middle of it. Okay, yeah, yeah. But we need to give chance for our mind to recover its true nature, you know, okay? This practice of Chenrezig helps to remove the mental defects in a way that leaves inner space and allows the energy of compassion to develop and to grow. This practice helps us to create a kind of inner supermarket of compassion and positive thinking. A supermarket that's always open to everybody without limits, yeah? So this is what Lama used to say, you know, we're part of the spiritual supermarket, yeah? Like here, Nalso, Albagnano, yeah? So he said everybody's welcome to come with their, what do you call it, cesta, your basket, yeah? Or now they have a big one, no? Your carrello, your trolley, come with your trolley and I'll have this, I'll have that, I'll have Chenrezig, I'll have Vajrapani, I'll have Lama Chirpa, whatever you like, I'll have compassion, I'll have wisdom, I'll have patience, yeah? Whatever you like, you can put it in your trolley and you can take it home, yeah? Okay? He said, welcome, you don't need to be Buddhist or anything like this. The supermarket's open to everybody. I mean, not 24 hours a day. Sometimes we shop, but, you know, mainly it's open like all the time. Welcome. Also, it's on the streaming. So come and shop in the spirit. Good thought, used to call it the good thoughts supermarket, yeah? Come and fill up your basket, yeah? With good thoughts, yeah? Okay? Very much needed, no? Especially, you know? Nowadays looks like it's getting more and more complicated, no? As times go on, no? So anyway, so we need an antidote. So the Dharma is one of the I'm not saying we're not the only one, but one of the antidotes of good thought is to come and, you know, fill up your mind with the wisdom of Lord Buddha and all the other people who achieved enlightenment, yeah? Okay? Then what does it say? This is the next page, no? Questa è la prossima pagina. Okay, so we shouldn't think we're not capable of developing compassion, yeah? So we have this problem of low self-esteem, yeah? We Western people, yeah? I mean, Tibetan people, you know, they're brought up with these ideas, so they don't think like us, you know? Planet Tibet, you know? I mean, okay, of course, Tibetan people, they have their difficulties, for sure, but because they're brought up believing in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, in Buddha nature, they see life in actually a more easy way, I must say, you know, yeah? Because immediately, you know, we say, okay, we have to develop compassion. And it's like, oh, no, I can't, you know. Why not, yeah? 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 Only reason we can't is because we have, like, some voice in our head saying you can't do it, that we developed ourselves in some moment in the past, and we internalize this self-limiting voice, yeah? And, yeah? I'm not good enough, I can't do it because, and why not? You have Buddha nature, you can, yeah? Okay? So we need to examine that within us, yeah? Every time you say, I can't do it, like, why can't you do it, yeah? Give me a reason why you can't, yeah? 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 Lama Ganshin used to say what he wanted is to see, oh, hello, Ducho is our painter, there he is, yeah? He used to say he wanted to see Buddhas with big noses, yeah? Because in Tibetan people have short nose, yeah, okay? So he said, what I really want is Buddhas with big noses like you, yeah, okay? Then I will be satisfied, yeah, okay? So that means enlightenment is completely possible if you are Italian, Spanish, Argentinian, or whatever, anything non-Asian. So, okay, many Buddhas, yeah, look kind of Asian. I mean, you know, that's normal, no? Okay, people, religious art reflects the artist, yeah? Okay, yeah? But you said now, next generation, big-nose Buddhas, okay? So, means we can, okay? That means we have big noses, we can do it, yeah? Okay? No problem, yeah? Okay? Okay, so... yeah, so we shouldn't think, okay, yeah, okay, only, you know, okay, yes, Mother Teresa, the Dalai Lama, Martin Luther King, etc. Them, yes, me, no. Why? Yeah, Gandhi, yeah. Why? They're also people like us. Just they, you know, they put more effort into developing that side of their personality. Okay, yeah. Okay, so to do this, to increase the compassion, we have to clean the toxic thoughts and negative habits, yeah, okay? Yeah, and we need to develop the positive habits, yeah, okay? So this practice offers to us the pure energy of compassion of Chenrezig, gentle eyes, loving eyes, yeah, okay? But we have to be receptive to this. And, okay, so Lama Ganchen used to say, every day one less negative thing is self-healing, every day one more positive thing is self-healing, which actually in 365 days is quite a lot, actually. But at least, you know, we need to remember, every time I reduce some bad habit, my many bad habit, it's self-healing. Every time, you know, a little bit do something better, it's self-healing. It's not like just wake up and, you know, yeah? Slowly, we change our habits, because our mind works like that, no? So we keep on insisting to put the mind in the positive, and it's not easy, yeah? Because always like, don't want to do it, yeah, but keep trying and then it gets easier, okay? Then the negative habit is going away and the positive is winning, you know, okay? And we're all capable to do that, yeah? So compassion is a quality that we admire, we all admire, yeah? But we shouldn't be happy only to see that in other people, yeah, okay? We should also desire the profound wish and the motivation to develop compassion in ourselves, yeah, okay? Yeah? Yeah? So the practice of Chenrezig, gentle eyes, we can get used to this meditation and we can train ourselves and we can enrich our own mind with the quality of compassion, yeah? It's our opportunity to start our journey and realize the desire, realize that the universal compassion reaches everybody. Wouldn't that be wonderful if everybody, you know, okay? First is like kindness, empathy, human feeling. How nice if everybody in the world had that, you know? If everybody, you know, was satisfied in their lives and they weren't suffering. You know, and how wonderful if I could use my ability, whatever it is, professional, whatever, to help the others, you know. And it goes like that in stages, okay? Then must help the others. I cannot just do nothing. It's not possible for me anymore. I don't feel good if I don't. Like, you know, when we hear about Tara, yeah? She, you know, Princess Chandra, she wouldn't even have breakfast before she helped somebody. And then she wouldn't have lunch before she helped somebody else. And this is like showing how it goes when you develop bodhicitta, no? Okay? If you don't help the others, you feel like you're wasting your time, you know? Okay? One time, Lama Ganchen, you know, he's always my guru, he's always our guru, he's always travelling, yeah? So one time he come to Spain, yeah? Stay in my house, yeah? So I think, oh, then, okay, here's my room, best room here at Rinpoche. Then we go away and we're very quiet. And then after a while, Rinpoche came out like super annoyed, like, where is everybody? We was like, oh, we thought maybe you need a rest. He's like, bring me some people. He had no conception of like having a relax by himself. It just didn't enter his mind ever, yeah? So unless he was helping his people, he was not happy, you know, yeah? So that's, you know, really, it's truly like that, okay, yeah? Okay, so anyway, so open-eye Chenrezig is not only helping the eyes, but it does help the eyes, like help my eye, and now I want to do it again and see how it goes, you know. But also, more importantly, opens our inner eye of wisdom and compassion, yeah, in a way that we can see, understand, and offer solutions to all kinds of suffering, okay? So beautiful, this practice, yeah? So I think now we finished the introduction and we finished the time for today, okay? So tomorrow we're going to do the practice. So please, everybody, tomorrow, what we're reading is in the shop of the centre. I do not receive commission, by the way, for advertising this. No, I don't get, if you buy or not, I don't get like €1. I don't get nothing, but I think this is a good thing, okay? So I'm not saying for this, you know. Please, those of you, okay, now it's on the screen, but please, of you who like, you get the little booklet. Why? Because this is helping us, yeah? Then when you go home, oh, this is nice, I can do myself, okay? So please go to the shop and get your book, and tomorrow we continue to do this practice together, okay? Okay, we have better stop, otherwise we're 5-minute break, then we start with Guru Puja, okay? Thank you very much. Who's the Umzela, the chant leader? Yeah? Chi è il Umze oggi? C'è? Non c'è? Ok, anyway. Nimo delle sendele, nime kuyandele shin, ninsen tatu dele pel, kuncho sungi jingilo, kuncho sungi nudruso, kuncho sungi tashisho. All'alba, al tramonto, di morti durante il giorno, possono i 3 gioielli concederci loro benedizioni, possono aiutarci a ottenere tutte le realizzazioni e consparci il sentiero della nostra vita con molti Grazie. So, ci vediamo in 5 minuti, poi cominciamo con il Guru Puja, no? Ok? Grazie.